Okay, so I wanted to make this video. I was sitting down thinking to myself, chilling, and I was thinking about the first time I got a hooker in Europe, right? Well, I went to a first time I went to a brothel in Europe. Um, like, okay, you gotta remember, I had never been here before, so and all I'd ever seen from brothels or heard of brothels was like these units. They were just disgusting, vile places, with like fucked up bitches smoking cigarettes, tits sagging, and used up condoms stuck on the wall, sleeping on like a fucking cot that looked like it came from World War II or something. Like I had this whole horrible misconception of what I thought a brothel was, right? So I remember I was walking down the center of Prague, and I asked this dude, like, "Hey man, where do I go get girls from?" And he just happened to speak English because I had just gotten there. I didn't know how this whole thing worked. So now I know that was luck because a lot of people just don't be walking around speaking English like that, and then be willing to talk back to you because it's a whole different culture over there. But so he said, "Yeah, I'll tell you where to go." And he has to see my phone. And he was walking with his girlfriend. It was great. He told me where brothel was. His girlfriend center right there. And see that okay. A side note that's like the funny part. Like when you watch how women respond to you being happy about going to a brothel. Like you watch all her self esteem just fucking dwindle to nothing. Like it just dwindles, and because she knows all she has to offer is vagina in a relationship, and when she knows you're happy about just you can just go buy some more pussy, all her self esteem just dwindles, and you watch it like within 4 seconds flat. She just goes, but okay, but no, back to the story. So yeah, he takes my phone. I'm walking down the center of Price, and I still remember exactly where I was at. And he was a real cool dude. He looked up Google Maps in my phone and typed in the brothel, right? And he said, trust me, man, you can go there, you're gonna have fun. Just take some money with you and you're gonna have fun. And I'm like, all right, yeah, whatever. I don't know this guy. I think he was actually German, but he was just kind of in Prague for the, hanging out. Because Germany's like an hour away. But so I'm looking at it and I'm walking by myself in the center, which I probably shouldn't have done because I was fresh there and didn't know anybody and knew absolutely zero check. So I'm walking down there and I'm thinking like, should I go? Should I try this out? So I say, fuck it. I'm in Europe. I'm just gonna catch an Uber. And I don't even know what this place looks like. I don't know what part of town it's in. So whatever. So I go. And when I get there, it's not the most beautiful place, but it's also not like in what we in America we would call a hood. It was definitely not a hood, but they don't really have that whole hood dynamic of people just standing outside on street corners and shit and being loud. It's just a whole different culture. So anyway, okay, I get to the brothel, right? And I get up there and it's completely different. It's pretty much the complete opposite of what I ever imagined a brothel would be like. I'm talking like women are just fucking immaculate. I mean, they walk around in lingerie at best, and high heels, and I mean their hair is always done. They're just fucking okay. Coming from America, they all walking around nines and tens. They're all nines and tens at minimum, because like it's the attention to detail that they have over America. I mean, American women just don't understand this. Like the effort and attention to detail on their appearance, and like over there, like art is just natural to them. Whereas like in America, art is a recreational thing. Like you just do it when, on special occasions and you got the extra time and money to do art. But over there, like art is like that. That's what they do. So the women they put far like the attention to detail on just their bodies, man, it's unbelievable. When you like I say, when you grew up in America and you go over there for the first time, you see these brothels, see a good brothel. I recommend going check it. But I went to brothels in Germany. I wasn't impressed in Germany, but I only went to Dresden. But anyway, okay, so I'm in the brothel, man. This is the first experience I had with a brothel girl. But I ended up staying there 5 hours after this though. But the first girl, man, like she was so I, I I had never seen a woman built like this with this much attention to detail, laying naked in front of me and then with a halfway decent attitude, trying to fuck. Like, and not spend $10,000 on the bitch. You see what I'm saying? Like, I was so fucking like my brain was just so confused at this because in America, like, see, because American bitches, they just on a whole. American bitches, like y'all got you got to step your game up. Y'all just on a whole lower level. It's just what it is. And I told a buddy of mine a couple of nights ago, it's really not y'all's fault. It's really the men's fault because the men need to step their game up and start dressing better. Because if they did, then the women would start. Then you women would start stepping your game up to keep up with the men or run away. But that's another topic. But so man, the first girl, my first brothel chick, man, she was so fucking beautiful. I shoved my tongue up her directly up her ass immediately. Like, like it's like you don't even think. Like when you get with a legit 10 out of 10, you don't even think. Like you will do anything with that beautiful woman. Now, the reason I said that story is kind of is loosely tied into why I labeled this video like erectile dysfunction. And I also want to add in something else, but I didn't think YouTube let me do it. But this shit, like erectile, like the reality of that shit, I think a lot of that is kind of like obesity in America, in the sense where like few people genuinely suffer from it, and the other people are inadvertently just do, like I said, like maybe 20% are actually suffering from these problems or less. And then the other 80% or more are fucking are inadvertently committing it on themselves. I mean, like, okay, like with obesity, like some people genuinely have situations like a health condition where their body just retains water, and no matter how many calories they try to cut out their diet and how much they try to work out, they just cannot lose the weight, and that's acceptable. I mean, that I find that completely acceptable. I don't see anything wrong with that. If you legitimately have a medical condition where you are trying and you can't do anything about it, then okay, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I have a problem with it either way, but I really don't have a problem with it, in this situation. But when you just lazy as fuck and you know what you're doing, and you know what I'm saying, especially as a woman, you try to go out, and try to act like, what I'm saying, like you worth something, and you looking like shit, but you expecting a guy to be worth something. Like, no, you're a fucking joke. But I mean, and it's kind of the same thing. The reason I say this is kind of the same thing with like the erectile dysfunction. I remember I seen a comedian go on about how when he was like 20, when he was 19, and he used to come, he used to like he used to shoot his sperm like 40 yards when he was younger. And now at 35, like it just dribbles out the side. See, that I tell you exactly what that is. He's fucking an ugly bitch. That's what he's fucking a bitch. Either she's ugly or he really don't want her for real, and he's trying to commit mental gymnastics to tell himself, well, at least I'm getting pussy, so I'll try to fuck her. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where erectile dysfunction with a lot of guys come in. Is that, look, man, they with some fucked up bitches they really don't want. And in their brain, they're trying to convince themselves that they should want it because it's a woman, but their body is like, womp womp, we don't want this shit. This is fucked up. You see what I'm saying? Like, because go over, because I mean, and I really learned myself. Okay, like I spent a lot of time in brothels, and I learned women's nature when they're allowed to just be themselves. And I learned a lot about myself and how I respond and react, in situations with women, and what my type is, a woman who I just not even think, or the other type of women who I don't feel comfortable with, or the type of woman who like I just don't like. And I learned a lot about myself. I'm telling you, man, that whole erectile dysfunction, when you ejaculate, it's not shooting fucking 12 inches. Okay, when you fucking a bitch and you not your sperm is not shooting out at least, I say at least 4 inches when you bust a nut, you don't like this bitch for real. Or you just jacked off before you got to with her. But you don't like her. That's what it is. And it could be she's just ugly and fat and fucked up, and you just trying to tell yourself, well, at least I can get pussy, at least I get to touch her body. But see, like your brain and your heart is telling you that, but you really don't want to fuck her. You see what I'm saying? And it's the same thing it's the same thing the other way around with women who get with these men who are good guys, who are, yeah, well, he's so sweet and so nice. Oh, but I need stimulation before you can penetrate me. See, like that's bullshit. Because okay, it's the same thing. Like, see, because women are trying to create that mental gymnastic of what they should like. You see what I'm saying? But their genitalia is telling them the opposite. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay. And I look back on my, like I said, I look back on my time with this. Like, All the bitches that I used to get when I used to try to be nice and be like, well, what would you like to do? What would you like? They would always be the ones when it came down to having sex with them. You got the oh well, you got to stimulate me because I'm not open. See, that's her genitalia telling you she doesn't want to fuck you. Her brain wants to like you, but her genitalia doesn't want to fuck you. Now, on the other hand, I remember bitches where I used to treat them like shit or just whatever. I mean, pretty much not be the nice guy. And you plop your dick up there, and her vagina is whack, is wide open because that's because her genitalia wants you. You see, and her brain. See, what you got to understand is a lot of times with women. See, they show they love in completely different ways than what men try to like project onto them. Um, see, like when she really likes you, when she really likes you, her brain fucking hates you. You see what I'm saying? Like when she really likes you, like I'm talking like on a breeding level, her brain fucking hates. Her brain is disgusted. It's disgusted by you. I remember this one you said it like that. It's disgusted by you. But hey, watch, get a hard dick and start feeling her up, and then watch. I guarantee you, her vagina is gonna be open as fuck for you. Now, okay, if you fucking now, man, remember this. If if you got a bitch, right? And you got to stimulate her before you fuck her, she don't want to fuck you, bro. It's simple as that. Okay. Period. If you got to stimulate her or her shit is fucking like just like almost sewn shut, she don't like you. Accept it and move on. Kick her ass out. Leave her. Whatever. She don't want you. Her brain likes you, but her vagina don't. But yeah, like so, like I learned a lot about myself in those years, man, and running around with them. Like I said, like in them brothels, like you really learn female's nature. Like they like see the man and woman's nature is allowed to just come out there because it's the natural order of shit. Women are looking for women will sell their pussy for protection, no matter how long or how short, and men, are gonna have in some way purchase pussy. Okay, it may be direct financial situations, or maybe gaming her into doing whatever. You gonna have to spend some type of your resource, either as a mental or financial, to get some pussy. So it's all prostitution at the core of it. But yeah, yeah, that's why I say erectile dysfunction. Not shooting, not having, a lot of sperm come out. That's because you fucking the wrong bit. It's like what I'm saying. It could because you're doing these mental gymnastics to tell you that you should like this woman when you really don't. You know what I'm saying? And you just ain't accepting it. Period. Like I ran into a buddy of mine told me a story about his friend was like that. Like he hit his dick just wouldn't even get hard for the bitch. Like or she had to play with him for hours, or not for the hour, for minutes, and he just wouldn't get because he don't like her. You know what I'm saying? His brain might like her, but he don't want to fuck her. And then it's like this whole like this other part that especially like American men get stuck in, and it really comes from like these movies and music, kind of like constantly fueling your fucking brain with this shit. Well, I have to stay loyal to this one, and blah blah blah. So a lot of men get hung up on that shit, and they never fucking and they never gain that courage to just leave. You see what I'm saying? Like when a lot of times it's really just hurt. It's just dragging your life out worse in the long run. But no, okay. But I do want to touch on this, man. Like, if there's one thing I want men to remember is this: if you with a bitch, right, and and you're getting ready to fuck, and you got to do the stimulation shit, she don't like you. Okay, that's it. If you can put your dick in her and she's like shut, she's like not even open. She don't want to breathe with you. That's what it is. Accept it. Accept it.